Everybody, it's Mike from Mike Wagner Show, powered by Soundwave Studios, brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author, Me and Molson Zia Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Me and Molson Zia, double expense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Brought to you by Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, non-Amazon. Keyword, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. And the Sensei Swing, Eric Dime, with the latest All of Me, featuring I've Got a New Heartache, Bring Me Sunshine, and more, coming soon to your favorite platform near you, eric.music.com. He's back by popular demand. We had him on the show, author, physician, living in central Michigan with diverse works of spectacular fiction from sublime to surreal. He appeared on numerous award-winning magazines and anthologies. He has a new release out there, which is a short story collection and a horror comedy called the Oscoda County, what is it?
Alien.
Alien, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I have to get on my producer about that one. I think he's speaking Alien on that one. And we talked about Deep Roots along with Paul Paul's The Half You See, Monstrous Tales, Volume 2 and 3. And he's got some short stories we'll talk about. Live, ladies and gentlemen, Plus Studio somewhere in central Michigan. The amazing author, physician with diverse works of spectacular fiction. We talked about Deep Roots. Now it goes into a short story collection where the grass don't grow and vultures sing. And the State of Publishing 25. Ladies and gentlemen, back pop the man, multi-talented Ed Rosick. Ed, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Hey, good evening, Mike. Thanks for having me back on. Great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you back as well, too. Deep Roots is spectacular. Your works have been spectacular. Author, physician, living in central Michigan, diverse works of spectacular fiction from sublime to surreal, appear in numerous award-winning magazines and anthologies. You have a new release, which is a story collection called Where the Grass Don't Grow and Vultures Sing, and also the Oscoda County Alien. So we have that. And before getting all that, once again, Ed, very quickly, tell us how I first got started.
How I first got started?
Yeah, very quickly. Give us a
Oh
brief.
my gosh, I've been writing since I was 5 years old, so been writing forever. Started selling professionally in '92. Had that little hobby called medical school and then clinical practice, so that took a little bit of time, but I've managed to sell a few dozen stories, short stories over that time, as well as a novel. So finally, I decided last year to get some of those short stories together, along with some new short stories, put it into a collection, and it's coming out next Wednesday.
And certainly looking forward as well, too. And we last had a show about Deep Roots, and tell us more about that. And how's the book doing these days?
Well, that's a great question, Mike. We could have a whole show just on that. So Deep Roots is no longer being published. The publisher went out of business.
Oh
And
no.
did, and I got all the rights back. So what I'm doing is gonna rewrite it, make a few changes, and try to sell it again under a new title. So,
And of
but
course, we'll talk about it as well too. And of course, we also had Paul Powell's The Half You See, Monstrous Tales, Volume 2 and 3 on optimal prevention.
yeah, so those are all books and magazines that I've had short stories published in, books, magazines, and anthologies. Optimal Prevention is my first book on preventive and integrative medicine that I brought out, I believe, in 2016. And actually, I'm working on a update on that. So hopefully we'll have that out this summer.
Oh my gosh, I think that's amazing. We'd like to have you back as well. So an updated version and optimal prevention. And so basically maybe some of the things that's optimal right now that people could use.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we all know, all of us, me, you, everybody knows the horrid state of healthcare in this country, and yet there's things that people can do right now themselves to keep themselves out of the doctor's offices, keep themselves out of the hospitals, because you really don't want to have to go there unless you have to. So
Mhm.
that's
Right,
what the
exactly. And of course, insurance has gone up, expenses have gone up, and of course, everything has gone up. There's also a story out there that malpractice insurance has gone up practically sevenfold, putting most physicians out of their own practice and being forced to work in general hospitals, clinics, and being part of a huge network.
Yeah, absolutely. And the problem is when you're in those huge networks as a physician, you really have no say in what goes on. You're just an employee. They tell you how high to jump, and you say, "Yes, ma'am, yes, sir." And that gets old after a while.
And certainly does as well too. What doesn't get old? All the short stories with Ed Rosick here on the Mike Wagner Show. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love you to first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has gone great reviews. An Evil Evan endorsed by Howard Celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia, double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, including 30 exquisite paintings and King David Psalms. Sweet Psalmist gives a new perspective of David through the Psalms he wrote, and it's the time of shepherd where it started. His complicated yet turbulent relationship with King Saul. His story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also brought to you by Sensei of Swing, Eric Damo, who is his latest release, All of Me, featuring the title track, I've Got a New Heartache, Bring Me Sunshine, Strike a Match, and more. Eric's a multi-award winning artist, inducted in numerous Hall of Fames, entertainer, album of the year, will release a new CD soon. Check out the amazing Eric Diamond today at ericdiamondmusic.com. Also follow on Facebook, YouTube, and all platforms worldwide. Also check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, 40 podcast platforms, 100 countries, and we'll make it 50 and 110. Just got the breaking news. Tickets with you on any mobile device. Follow us on all social media, Spotify, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, iHeart, YouTube, Apple, and more for great gift ideas. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Great books, merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with the amazing multi-talented author, physician, and retired, actually, living in Central Michigan, Ed Rosick here on the Mike Wagner Show. And let's talk about your short story collection, Where the Grass Don't Grow and Vultures Sing. I like this one.
Well, thanks. I really don't know where the title came from. It just was one of those things I thought of. But I think it applies to the stories really well because the stories they're all really set in our world, yet it's really not our world. It's sort of like a bizarre mirror image of our world, a world where the grass don't grow and vultures sing. So that's where the title came from. It's a collection of 12 short stories. 6 of them have been previously published. 6 of them are brand new, never been published before. So I think for people looking to see what I write and how I write, it's a good start.
Mm-hmm. And maybe you can talk about a couple of stories as well, too, that's involved with The Grass Don't Grow and The Vultures Sing. Do vultures actually sing on this one?
They don't, although there is a story called Lone in the Woods in the Deep Dark Night that has crows in it. So they're not vultures, but crows, and they're not very friendly crows either. So at least not to the protagonist of the story.
Mm-hmm. And certainly did as well, too. And of course, you've got another one out there which just focused on grass growing and everything like that, and maybe something from your practice in the book, maybe part of Deep Roots, Pulp House, and everything like that. Maybe one of the other short stories you can talk about.
Yeah, I mean, there's a short story called Lishi. It's about a legend of Eastern Siberia and Western Alaska. It's sort of a forest god where a group of American soldiers go do a clandestine operation in Siberia and come upon this god and then bring it back to the States. So certainly no grass growing in Siberia.
Or maybe in Central Michigan. You never know about that.
True, that's true.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also have something else as well, too, that you have a horror comedy that's coming out soon called the Oscoda County Alien, and more about that.
Yeah, so the Ascota County Alien involves actually 4 teenagers from Central Michigan, actually from Detroit, Michigan, that were based loosely on friends of mine that I had back in high school. and I've written probably now about 6 stories involved with these characters. I like
Oh
them a lot.
wow, okay.
And in fact, in Where the Grass Don't Grow and Vultures Sing, there's 3 stories with them in it. Let's see, what are the names of the stories? All Hail the Melonheads, The Night Weasel Caught a Big One, and Old Man Wortman. So they all involve these characters. 2 of the stories are horror comedy. Old Man Wortman is straight up horror. So
hmm and I think that's amazing too. You can do a horror comedy and maybe some of your favorite horror stories, comedy, and just about everything like that.
right. I mean, I love the it's called John Dies at the End by David Wong. It's a series of 4 novels so far. They're horror comedies. I enjoy horror comedies. For some reason, I think it's a nice mix, and it's hard to write sometimes, but it's a lot of fun.
hmm It sounds like a lot of fun too, and we're sorry to hear about Deep Roots, being pulled and everything like that. Deep Roots and more with the publisher going out of commission, and you can talk about the state of publishing in 25, and I think that's really key to what's going on, especially a lot of changes going on with the country.
A lot of changes. I mean, one could say, if one's a pessimist, one can say it's a tough time, but actually trying to be an optimist, I think it's a great time to be a writer. I mean, we have audiobooks, we have e-publishing, we have excuse me, small press publishing. I think there's many ways. I mean, the publishing world is growing. We know that. So as an early writer, somebody who wants to be a writer, I think it's a great time to do it. It's hard. It's never going to be easy. Everybody talks about AI, but what people need to remember, AI is not intelligent. It's artificial intelligence is not artificial intelligence. It's a large language model. It's computer programs that are very large, that are great at crunching huge amounts of data, zero creativity. So it's not something I'm worried about now or in the future, to tell you the truth.
hmm And do you think Chat GPT is going to really take over when it comes to book publishing? Because a long time ago, you would get on your word processor, you would type out what you think it is, and of course, you didn't have white out back in the day unless you're a blonde. You just put white on the screen. So I remember those days, but it's like you actually just had your own backspace and everything like that. And do you think Chat GPT is easier to right when it comes to novel, or you think that's going to be, like you said, artificial and everything and everything like that?
I think Chat GPT and other models like that can be useful, especially for getting information about certain places. But again, the problem with any of those large language models is that it's garbage in, garbage out. If the data put into those models is wrong, then what you're going to put out is wrong. So I think at the end of the day, it behooves any writer, whether you're writing fiction or nonfiction, to do your own research. I mean, Chat GPT is fine to start, but I think it's not something you want to hang your hat on. Certainly not something I'm going to.
And certainly don't rely on it, for just about everything. Most people rely on Wikipedia, encyclopedia, and all that. And it's too bad people rely on Chat GPT, but there's a caution to it.
Absolutely. Again, the caution is you don't know if it's right or not. Just because, again, we're all hearing about, oh, it's artificially intelligent. No, it is artificial, but it certainly isn't intelligent. So
Mhm. And I think if I'm right out there, there's a program on there where you just you speak the words and what you want to speak, and it just gets on the page for you. If I'm correct.
yeah, I mean, stuff like that's fine, and even using ChatGPT and other programs like that to help edit it or spruce it up, I think that's fine. But to just use that to write in and of itself, I don't see it. And I think anybody who reads any amount can tell in a heartbeat if something was written by AI or not.
hmm and I think I've heard of that program, and I thought about writing a little memoir myself. And what would you say to somebody who wants to write a memoir, short story, book, or everything like that? What would you say to a person right now that wants to start a book or start publishing in 25?
I would say go for it. Again, it's a great time to do it. You have a plethora of options. You can publish it yourself. There's independent publishing. You can do your own ebooks. You can use small presses. I mean, there's been a boom in small presses. I mean, I used it through Deep Roots, albeit it didn't turn out well. But Bainham Books Press, who's publishing Where the Grass Don't Grow and Vultures Sing, has been nothing but great so far for me. So yeah, I think the publishing world is in a positive place right now.
Mhm. And back in the day too, I remember there was Blogger, and I think there was also quite a few others. Do you think blogging is still viable today, or is that going to be going by the wayside? Like say with music, like say with the cassettes, 8 track, or anything like that. Do you think the blog is going to stick around for a while?
I think it is. I think it's becoming a little bit of a niche thing, but no, absolutely. I think it is. I think there's blog is good, Substack is good, Reddit. I mean, all those forums are ways for people to get out information and people to connect. So I think they're all going to be around for a while.
Hmm. And also, what's the one thing they would recommend when it comes to publishing software and everything like that?
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't use really a lot of publishing software. I'm old school. I sit down, I do my word processing, on Microsoft Word, like all of us do, or Pages, since I'm an Apple guy. Help me with editing, and then I get good old-fashioned human readers to read the first few drafts and see what they think.
Hmm. And of course, especially with some of your books as well too. And now I'm trying to remember. I think the Half You See, Monstrous Tales, 2 and 3. Maybe just a quick update on those once again.
Again, those are short stories that are by various publishers. Um, People can go out and get them. In fact, the story that was in the half that you see is in Where the Grass Don't Grow and Vultures Sing, because it's one of my favorite stories. So I wanted to get that back out there.
Hmm. And what else can we expect from you in 2025 when it comes to new works and everything else?
Well, I try to keep various irons in the fire. I'm talking with a publisher over in South Africa about a novel. We'll see where that goes. I'm about 40,000 words into a new horror novel called Wahila, set in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Working on the update of Optimal Prevention entitled More Optimal Prevention. And I'm always writing new short stories whenever they come to me. So I'm keeping busy.
That's a good thing. Where can we find all your works at, Ed?
Probably the best place to go is on my website, www.edrosick, that's EDROSICK.net. So everything will be updated on that. For Where the Grass Don't Grow and Vultures Sing, you can go to Bainham Books Press, or I just found out 5 minutes before I came on this show that the pre-order is up on Amazon for the book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then where can they specifically find your works on Amazon and more?
Just type in Edward Rosick. If you type in Edward Rosick, the works will pop up.
All right. Well, certainly check that out. Once again, with the multi-talented Ed Rosick here on the Mike Wagner Show with the short story collection Where the Grass Don't Grow and the Vultures Sing. You can hear the vultures sing. And Ed, just one more thing. Besides what's coming up in 2025, what else can you fill us in on with any updates, any news, or anything like that?
Again, just what I'm doing in terms of both fiction and nonfiction. I hope that more optimal prevention will help a lot of people stay healthier and try to keep away from hospitals and physicians and insurance companies that are so darn expensive.
Okay. And what's your website again?
www.edrosick.net.
All right. Well, certainly check that out. Once again, Ed, it's great to have you back on. Big thanks for your time. You're always amazing. You're welcome to come back anytime. Looking forehand soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Glad to have you back. We wish you all the best. And Ed, you definitely have a great future ahead of you, and you're welcome back anytime.
Thanks, Mike. I'm looking forward to it.